Welcome back to another Hoosier Adventures. Today we're going to take the TRE train from Dallas to Fort Worth and back again. This video is a spiritual successor to my most successful video, DART to DFW. Some cool footage of the double-decker TRE train pulling into the station here. We began our journey at Victory Station. I just had to add this footage in there. This is a freight train actually running through the TRE tracks at Victory Station. So it was interesting to find out it's not a dedicated rail line, or passenger rail line, I should say. This is our train pulling into the station. During the middle of the day, the TRE comes about once an hour. During rush hours, it's more frequent, of course. This is us on the top level of the double-decker car. You can see over here this woman actually is sitting at a table. Yeah, they have tables in between two sets of chairs on at least one side of the car. The track next to us there is actually the DART track, and here we're going past a dedicated DART station that we won't be stopping at on the TRE. And here you can see the tracks. They're going to go up onto a viaduct, and that's where they veer off to go north in the direction of DFW. So if you watch my previous video, DART to DFW, you'll get to see that. You go through some beautiful scenery, though, and the day was a wonderful day to do this. The weather was great. Really enjoyed my experience. We actually went to the stockyards while we were in Fort Worth, which there will be a future video about the Fort Worth stockyards. So stay tuned. New videos come out every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. This is the train pulling into Fort Worth ITC. ITC means Intermodal Transportation Center. This is where we will get back on the train to go home to Dallas, but we're actually just going to go through it here. It's the next to last stop, and actually it's the closest stop to downtown. But there's one more stop on the TRE, and that's TMP Station. And if you're going to ride the TRE as a tourist like I did, you definitely want to go to TMP Station. So this is our train turning here to TMP Station. That's that Art Deco building there. So that's actually where the train is going. And it's definitely worth visiting. So TMP stands for Texas and Pacific Railway. It's a former passenger hub, I guess, for the railway. According to the always reliable source of Wikipedia, it was closed down during the late 60s and remained closed as a railway station until the late 90s or early 2000s. And it's the terminus for the TRE, and it's also going to be the terminus for TexRail, which is going to be Fort Worth's new rail line to DFW. TexRail opens soon. Probably going to do a video about that in the future, just out of curiosity more than anything. I didn't know that this building was a railway station. I drove by it on my way to the gun show and thought, I wonder what that building is. And I went home and Googled it. So here you're going to see video of us getting off the train onto the island platforms. And I don't have video of it, but you actually have to go downstairs to get into the station. And this is us walking through the station's corridor in the basement. They're actually having a wedding. That's what those signs are for, is for some random person's wedding. So if you're thinking of getting married, you should definitely check out TMP Station. I think it would be a really cool place. Though I love this station, I think it's architecturally amazing. There's no way it makes financial sense for this train to run here. Again, the Fort Worth ITC is much closer to downtown, and very few people stayed on the train to travel through to TMP Station. So I think it was more built as a feel-good thing, that we're going to reopen the disused railway station and bring new life to it, but I kind of doubt it makes financial sense for this. Now we'll enter the station's old waiting room. You can even see the waiting room sign. The door handles have the TMP Railway logo. That was pretty cool. And it's an Art Deco gym, really. It's amazing. Again, if you're riding the train as a tourist like me and my wife here, you definitely want to go through to TMP Station because it's just worth going to see. And I hear they have a TMP Tavern there, like a bar of some kind, but I didn't really see too much evidence of that. At least it wasn't open when we were there. My wife clowning around there. So again, TNP here, this terminus is farther from downtown than the Fort Worth ITC. So if you really are only trying to get to downtown Fort Worth, you probably want to get off at Fort Worth ITC. And this is what it looks like from outside. We did see signs that they're going to put loft apartments in it, but when I got home and looked online, I guess they haven't been completed. You can't rent them yet, so I'm hoping that they do that. I just think it would be a good use of the real estate. That large stone building there we just panned past is actually the post office. At least that's what it said, carved into the stone. And this is the return trip. So we're getting on the train here at Fort Worth ITC. I'm not sure if the Fort Worth ITC is built from the ground up or was a refurbished station. Either way, you can get the Amtrak here. Previously, about a decade ago, I got the Amtrak. The specific Amtrak route that I took went all the way to Chicago.
No, I'm not sure which way the TRE trains are.
We kind of didn't know where to go. We just chose a random door. And here you can see the Amtrak pulling out of the station, and that's the Amtrak to Oklahoma City, and our TRE train pulling into the station. And it's going to take us all the way back to Dallas. Great shot of these great double-decker trains. The train was amazingly clean, quiet, and very, very comfortable. So if you could actually finagle it to commute via the TRE, that would be an amazing commute, especially if you had to go all the way from Fort Worth to Dallas during rush hour. There's no way you could do it by car in that amount of time. I apologize for the glare here. Because of the sunset, it was kind of unavoidable. But I wanted to get some footage of the return trip. And here you can see the sun setting over downtown Fort Worth. Again, we visited the stockyards on this trip and highly recommend going to the stockyards. Be on the lookout for a new Hoosier Adventures video about it. And in Fort Worth, there looks like there's some kind of massive infrastructure project going on next to the TRE rails. I don't know what it is. I would love it if someone put it in the comments and told us, and maybe we could do a little research about it. All in all, though, couldn't have asked for a better day to take the TRE and go to the stockyards. It was about 75 degrees, late November, and just amazing weather. Here we are getting off the train at Victory Station. As you can see outside, the sun has gone down. And that's it. That's our trip to Fort Worth and back again. So like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this. Be on the lookout for more Hoosier Adventures videos. And if there's an adventure out there you think that we should do, let us know.